And hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Multiverse Commentary Edition. It's been way too long since we've done one of these, huh, Matt?
It has been. What was our last one? Was our last one Spider-Man?
Uh, yes, I think that's how long ago it's been. I can't even remember. Matt is going away for a couple weeks, and we always like to bank a couple commentaries so we can put them out, when we have no show for the week. And also, hey, if you're a Patreon member, you get to see these right away. And I know this is one a lot of the fans have been asking for, Matt, at least half of the fans.
At least half of the fans in both polls I ran, and both polls got something like 300 people voting.
That was very, very impressive. And for everyone who wanted Thor Ragnarok, don't worry, we'll do Thor Ragnarok next.
Yeah, you're gonna get both of them.
You'll eventually get both. We just figured Justice League would be funnier. Like, if we watched Thor Ragnarok, it would just be me and Matt sitting here for like 2 hours. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's good. Man, I like this song.
Well, yeah, that movie is really good. So yeah, that's what it'd just be silence, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool."
At least with Justice League, we have some stuff to talk about. So as always, get your snacks together, get your DVD, get your Blu-ray, get your Netflix. Is this on Netflix? I want to say it's on Netflix, but I might be thinking of Batman v Superman.
I don't think it is yet.
Right, but it probably will be. The version Matt and myself are working off of is an hour 59:43. So I will count us down. We can get started, and then when I say hit play, you hit play, and then you can watch along with us, because that's how commentaries work.
Yep, it's too easy.
Also, too, just to make sure I get this on mic. Oh, yeah, there you go. Got to crack my drink.
I did mine before that.
Because we're having a party, and that's what you do. You drink drinks and eat snacks. Actually, Matt showed up a little late because life got in the way, and I hate to admit, I ate most of my Applewood smoked barbecue chips while I waited. But that's okay. I have green apple candy, and I have some Jaffa cakes in the back. If I want to go eat those, I will.
Oh, Jaffa cakes. I haven't had Jaffa cakes in ages.
Oh, they're so goddamn good. I got them from the European deli. So with that, everyone, I'll count down from 5 and we can get going. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. So the Warner Brothers logo is just coming up, so that way you know where you should be. So yeah, Justice League. Of all the Justice League movies they've made, this is certainly one of them.
Yeah, I find it funny when you go and look up how many times they've tried to make a Justice League movie, that this is the one that made it for some fucking reason.
The intro is pretty cool, although it's kind of hard to deny, where it's like, oh, we're not going to see most of these characters on screen ever, are we?
No, I remember I think it was when they debuted it, that they did this huge wraparound at one of the Comic Cons. And there's characters like Plastic Man, Black Manta, and all these characters that you would never ever see. And oh my god, look at that fucking jaw.
Wow. Again, we had heard stories that they had to do reshoots and that Henry Cavill wouldn't shave his mustache and that it might look weird. Why did you open with it? And why do you keep focusing on his face? Look, I can understand having your hands tied behind your back, having to do some stuff you're maybe, not a big fan of, but why is it the first thing setting the tone for the whole movie?
Not only that, it's the first thing you see, but it's also done on shitty phone. Yeah. It's meant to be kids filming him, so it looks even worse. But goddamn, it looks so awful.
And again, too, I like they needed to remind us where it's like, okay, what do we got to do here to, wash the taste of Batman v Superman out of people's mouths? Oh, I know. We'll open the movie with Superman saving people because chances are people probably need to reminded that Superman is a good guy.
Yeah. And yeah, it contradicts everything else you've seen of him in the other two films.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't give a shit or anything. And yeah, you open your movie with him. Look, guys, he saves people.
I can see that being a note. We need to tell the audience Superman is a good guy because judging by the other two movies, you might not know that. Oh, here we are in Gotham.
In a Gotham that actually looks like Gotham.
For a change,
Gotham in Batman v Superman was just literally Chicago.
Yeah, there's
when they filmed Detroit or something.
Yeah, there's smokestacks, there's Gothic architecture, there's gargoyles. Basically, it feels like we're in a completely different city, but it's Gotham, everyone.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this a lot, but this is what happens when a film franchise tries to course correct halfway into it.
Three movies in.
You got the bright lights there of a neon sign and everything. It looks a lot like the video game, video games more than anything.
You can see what's happening.
Yeah, isn't that new and different?
Yeah.
And here's an oh-so very Batman-esque scene that we've seen in all the other movies. Oh, I'm going to threaten a criminal by threatening to drop him. We love that one.
Yeah. As we learn that it's to bring this fella out, this parademon that somehow Batman knows about and has been tracking. Mm-hmm. We don't see any of that stuff.
It's very much like Justice League War. Everyone's favorite Justice League story, the one that's only 5 years old. That's the one to build your movie around.
Yeah, the one everybody loves.
Hey, Janice Cosmetics, get it? Like the Black Mask, a character we'll probably never see ever. Also, hey, the parademons are also Yellow Lanterns now because they feed on fear.
And when, as we'll see in a minute, when they explode, they leave like a map of 3, I guess, mother boxes for some reason.
Well, that's just really convenient, Matt. When they were designed that way for user friendliness. Hey, that's another thing, too. I know, like, Superman exists in this world, so there's, like, a precedent set for aliens and everything, but why aren't people freaking the fuck out more that there's actual monstrous aliens?
'Cause...
Like, yeah, I know you fought Doomsday in the last movie, but that thing was, like, man-made. Like, should you not be a little bit more freaked out that fucking monsters exist?
No.
Yeah. No, he's Batman. Batman ain't scared of nothing. He's the strongerest. And the angriest. Fuck you. That's where it leaves us. Oh man, can we talk about this? I don't know what it is with the DC Cinematic Universe and their weird love of lackluster, not as good as the original cover songs that they put in everything. I
don't get it either. Like, they always do it.
Although, when you break it down, it's kind of fitting because as far as, like, superhero film universes goes, the DC Cinematic Universe, let's call it Take One, because it's probably gonna be, is itself a lackluster cover of a superhero franchise. It's kind of weird where it's like, okay, yeah, I like this Leonard Cohen song, too. Why a cover? What was wrong with the original? The dude just died not too long ago. Wouldn't it have been nice to use the original?
Yeah.
Furthermore, too, they're trying to show us, like, yeah, man, since Superman died, things really went to hell. There's war and famine and poor people and racial tensions. And I'm like, yeah, those things happened before. It's basically the world we live in now. It's no different than anything you've showed us. Furthermore, the superheroes, when they get together and unite, they're not going to fight racism and poverty or any of these other problems.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this? Like, it sort of implies that obviously Mark Kent, they had to sell the farm and everything.
Yeah.
What I find really fun is it takes till the end of the movie for Bruce to, like, step in and buy the farm back.
Yes.
So, like, but, like, he's got this, like, massive boner on for Superman throughout this whole film. So, like, why isn't he helping Martha?
Oh, because we need to have an arc, Matt. Oh, there's that paper you love so much talking about Prince.
Oh, fuck that paper. Fuck that paper. So it's so disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Like, again, they had just died, and it's like, come on, guys. Let their bodies get cold first. Also, hey, here's white supremacists fucking up a Middle Eastern store, but it's a comic book fantasy because the cops actually step in to help. Oh man.
The cops arrest them.
Whoa, gee. Whoa, man. What a fantasy world we're living in. Hey, don't worry, homeless guy. I'm sure a Hirt will come to help you. No, they won't actually. They'll punch a big alien, so you'll still be homeless.
You'll probably be even more homeless. That corner you're on probably won't exist anymore.
But don't worry, aliens will be punched. And also, the whole world loves Superman, and his mourning for Superman was not the entire last movie built around the idea that Superman can't be trusted because he was a dangerous alien.
Yeah. You see all those people say, you can't trust him, he's fuck everything up, he blew up Metropolis, all this shit. And then now everyone's like, oh, he's not so bad.
Oh, but he saved us from Doomsday. How the fuck does the regular average Joe going about his life know about Doomsday?
Yeah, well, I don't know about any of this sort of shit.
Hey, so here's our Die Hard crew, our not Hans Gruber.
Yeah. I find it really funny as well because they're in London and they're using like automatic weapons.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, that's really difficult. Furthermore, again, I'm going to assume in one of the many things that got moved around, I'm going to assume that this was supposed to be some sort of like bank robbery or something, but they changed it at the last second to be like, oh, no, it's a highly elaborate terrorist plot by these guys now who worship Darkseid, because we really need to stress the whole Steppenwolf Darkseid thing where we didn't in the beginning.
And then never brought back again. This is never referenced again after this scene. But yeah, apparently there's like rumors going around where this was this was a heavily reshot where Wonder Woman saves the children before she wasn't. The bomb was meant to go off and blow up the whole building.
I believe.
So I'm like, I believe that as well. I'm like, that's something Zack Snyder would do.
It feels incredibly reshot because it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, the Wonder Woman movie did really good. We gotta give her an action scene in the first 10 minutes to remind everyone, no, we promise Wonder Woman's in this.
Yep.
And all the trailers, or all the redone trailers, when it went clearly from what the movie was supposed to be to what it became, they definitely featured more Wonder Woman than anything else.
Oh, and even on all the promotional art, I think on the DVD cover, she's front and center.
As she rightly should be. She's the only one that's arguably successful.
Yeah.
Now, hey, again, too, we missed it too when she was interrogating that guy. We got the first of what will be many reverse shot with soft focus on the background because the actors clearly weren't there on the same day.
Oh, there is a lot of that in this film.
I would say let's take a shot every time, but we'd be fucking dead.
Oh, yeah.
We would have cirrhosis of the liver way too soon.
They ever explain why they decide, because obviously they're looking to, kill themselves for, Darkseid or something. Why did they choose a bank? I know, obviously, because it's, a reshot and it was meant to actually be a bank. But, yeah, why didn't they, change it and say, it's a courthouse or something, or
I mean, yeah, it seems like a really terrible place to do it because it's but that place is filled with security though. If you're gonna try and martyr yourself, maybe pick a place that doesn't have so much security. That's what I would do, like a shopping mall or a swimming pool. Someplace where there's lots of people and I can make a big bang. Oh, come on, we've all thought about it if we were to blow ourselves up where we do it. I'd pick the DMV, because fuck the DMV. Yep. Oh, here we go now. We're on the hunt for Aquaman. We gotta get Aquaman to join our team.
I was just about to say, Wonder Woman did that bracelet thing, that would have blown up the whole building.
By the logic of the first movie, but she can turn it off. She's had almost 100 years, Matt, and nothing else to do but to master her powers, apparently.
Well, she did it to Doomsday, and it did the exact same thing, and that was a year before this film.
So clearly time has passed. Batman has now grown a full hobo beard in the time it's taking him to get to this Icelandic village. And here we enter one of my favorite makes no goddamn sense moments. He's looking for Aquaman, trying to recruit him. He knows what he looks like. Yep, he has Lex Luthor's files, he has Amanda Waller's files at the end of Suicide Squad, and yet somehow Aquaman is able to take him by surprise, and he only realizes it's him when he looks at the children's mural. Greatest detective, everybody!
Greatest detective. Also, this scene was heavily reshot as well, and you can tell
because they're not looking at each other.
Lighting changes. Ben Affleck looks like he's fresh from rehab.
He gained some weight in between shots.
Yep.
This is a heavily Frankenstein scene. Again, I can only imagine the way this scene was supposed to go is that Aquaman would walk in later after he talks to the village people, but now he needs to be part of the scene and he needs to translate for him for some reason.
Yeah, no idea. Yeah, she moves out of the way. Oh, look at that.
Hey, that's you. Are you the Aquaman? I couldn't tell, even though I've seen your picture and know you're the Aquaman. But I'm still going to do this for some reason. Also, I'm like this worldly guy who spoke Russian in Batman v Superman, but I don't speak fucking Icelandic, so you guys can talk around me like I'm not here.
That's something I brought up when I first saw the film. I'm like, okay, so Bruce goes to this area and he doesn't know any of the dialect, the people, nothing. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, he really has prep time, doesn't he?
Didn't bother to learn, didn't even bother to have like Google Translate on his phone. Greatest detective, everybody. Oh, and here too, they're just loudly talking about superhero business in earshot of people. Yeah, I know they don't speak English, but I think you can pick out a couple words here and there, even if you don't speak English.
Yeah, he's like, so Bruce Wayne, who is also Batman?
Yeah, also Bruce...
Why are you here?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne, in this universe, isn't he supposed to be like the frickin' Pope mixed with Tom Hanks in terms of, like, fame?
That's why I didn't understand, like, in Batman v Superman, where, like, Clark's like, oh, who's that? Like, it's fucking Bruce Wayne. He's, like, the richest person on Earth. Of course you know who he is.
It'd be like if Bill Gates came strolling through.
Yeah.
Boy, Aquaman, I sure hope to learn more about you, your connection to Atlantis. Do you like the surface world, or do you not like the surface world? Why are you feeding these people, I wonder? Oh, we're never gonna know those things? Okay. But look at my cool tattoos, though, that Aquaman in the comics doesn't have. But it kind of looks like my suit.
Yeah.
I am unlike any Aquaman in the comics ever. I might as well be a new character. There's Gillette, the best a man can get, getting that product placement money.
I love the ironic nature of they did a Gillette for like Superman.
Yeah, and a mustache fucked up almost the entire movie.
Yeah.
That is like you couldn't write irony like that. Only life can be that weird.
This is definitely a reshot scene.
Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of irony, too, I remember on April Fool's they had that joke where it's like, oh, yeah, Zack Snyder is out and George Miller is coming back to finish the movie. Funny April Fool's joke. Then Zack Snyder actually did leave or get fired, and Joss Whedon had to come in and finish it. To which a lot of people say, oh, Joss Whedon ruined the movie. The Zack Snyder cut would have been much superior. You don't know that, and also if they had to fire him, had to make him leave, or if he left on his own volition, again, it's kind of up in the air, it's probably 50-50, then how bad must it have been? If they rolled with him, if they ride or died with him through Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, but this was the one they got scared on.
Yeah, well, there is rumors that, like, his first cut of it was, like, unwatchable. Like, it was that bad and just, like, that, like, doom and gloom sort of edgy sort of thing that he always does.
4 hours long.
Yeah.
To which that was another thing too. This is actually the shortest DCU movie they've ever done.
Yeah, and while it probably could have helped with like an extra 15 minutes or so, or even like it has more problems than that, but like yeah, people are like getting up in arms about because it's too short and it's like a Marvel movie. I'm like, well, Marvel movies make coherent plot lines in, 2 hours, so why can't this?
Also, too, when you hack it to the bone like that, that sends the message of we don't trust this movie at all. Shorten it up so we can get as many showtimes in as humanly possible.
Yeah. Hey, that cop's Mark McClure. He was the original Jimmy Olsen.
Hey, that's a fun reference.
He had more role in the movie, but they cut it.
Yes, I heard that apparently. Hey, I'm Barry Allen, and I'm the funny one. Or at least I was probably meant to be the funny one, but eventually everyone will just be the funny one. That's another problem.
He's like the funny weirdo, though.
Yeah. Who will imply at some point that he might be autistic or might have some Asperger's, because apparently that's the only way Hollywood knows how to write smart people anymore, that there must be something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real strain of anti-intellectualism. Hey, look, it's the scene from the Flash TV shows, only not done as well.
And with the guy who played Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, ain't that some shit? It's like Snyder keeps calling back all his Watchmen friends. Yeah.
It's almost like they're the only people who want to work with him.
Yeah, seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah, so this will be a recurring part, right? I get to play his dad here, and I get to be in the Solo movie, and I'll probably get some flashback. No, okay. Also, apparently Iris was supposed to be in this movie too, but they cut her out as well.
Thank God, her scene was like so weird.
Yeah.
It was like some car accident, and like Barry like didn't have shoes on while he was saving her or something. It was so strange. Have you seen that deleted scene?
No, I didn't bother, but I did hear about it.
It's like all cut together from like
Dailies.
dailies and like rushes and stuff. But yeah, it looks so bloody weird.
It's also a thing too where it's like, okay, so you got your powers how long ago, Flash? And again, you probably didn't get your powers in the traditional way that you worked as a crime scene dude. You got struck by lightning and it was a whole accident thing. You clearly got your powers some other way we're not going to hear about. You've just been sitting on your ass, living in your lair, visiting your dad in prison and not doing anything?
Well, we know it's not from the CSI because like he at the end of this movie it's teased that he becomes one or like becomes a trainee or something at one, a dishwasher or some bullshit.
Yeah, much like Bruce was a gopher in Man of Steel. What is it with Zack Snyder films and the heroes not being good at their jobs?
Oh, I have no idea.
Maybe it's because he's secretly not good at his job, and so he puts that on all the characters.
Yeah, well, he's a weirdo and Rand supporter, so no one can be good at anything. So,
oh, of course, except for the people who are really good at stuff, in which case they should be allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's like his dream project. He's wanted to make like a Fountainhead movie forever.
Good lord.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Ray Fisher is Cyborg. I genuinely feel bad for you, Ray Fisher, because you have a cool voice and a cool premise, and I wish the movie had more for you to do.
And he seems like he seemed legitimately excited he got like a role like this.
Oh yeah,
and then they fucked everything up.
Yeah, because this is like his first big movie. Like it would be like if one of us got cast in the Justice League. It'd be like, whoa, I get to join the Justice League, the coolest team of heroes ever. Whoa, and I get to be Cyborg the first time on the big screen. That's awesome. Oh, I have nothing to do, huh? I get to mope around and act all Frankenstein's monster, huh? Okay. I get to be a member of the team and a MacGuffin for later in the movie.
Yeah.
Also, let us not forget here that Dr. Silas Stone saved his son's life with the help of the Mother Box, which we saw in Batman v Superman, only this movie now tells us the Mother Box is only activated after Superman's death, even though that's not true.
Yeah.
It's almost as if this movie got rewritten and re-edited a bunch.
Yeah, and then in like how they had it in War and the Jeff Johns thing where Cyborg got it after like a freak accident from the Parademon attack. He got it. He was like hurt in a car accident or something.
Something like that. Apparently, again, there's another whole excise subplot of him playing football, and we even saw the football stuff in a couple of the trailers. I know some people are like, oh, I really would have liked to have seen the Cyborg football stuff. Would you really? Do you think that's what the movie needed to save it, watching Victor Stone play some football?
Yeah, no, we didn't need to see that.
Also, too, great bit there when Stone was talking to the janitor. Again, it was reverse shot with a blurry background, which makes me think he wasn't even supposed to be standing there having that conversation, but they had to change it around because this janitor needed to come in here and get some important information to move the plot forward.
Yeah.
Hey, remember the Themyscira? Remember the Amazons? They were cool, weren't they? I remember. That was fun.
Yeah, now they all get butchered.
Yeah, now they get the crap kicked out of them. Oh, I really liked those characters, and I thought they were cool, and now they lose super hard. All right. Also, their costumes are slightly different now. What's up with that? I thought this was an island lost in time.
Their costumes are, like, worse.
Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be an island lost in time where nothing ever changes and they're forever stuck in their ways and technology. Nice to see someone didn't get that memo, but we really needed midriff armor though, Matt. We really needed to show off belly buttons is what we needed.
Yeah, we really needed to see that because it's integral to the plot of
It's
the Arthurian legend that Zack Snyder's trying to do.
yeah, really. Also, too, you gotta love that in this film universe, the mother boxes, which in the comics were only ever like frickin' cell phones and communicators for the new gods, now they're the goddamn rings of power. One was given to the kingdom of Amazons, one was given to the Atlanteans, and the other was given to the tribes of men.
Yeah, it's so strange that they're like lauded as like this power, but like we really don't see any of that power besides these like boom tubes. That's like all we really see of them.
They're also like the Dragon Balls. Well, you need to get all three of them together to create the Trinity, and then to get like why? It's because one MacGuffin wasn't enough. We needed several MacGuffins in the movie.
Yeah, and then there's this piece of fucking CGI abomination.
Grimlord's unwanted son. I don't think I'd be saying too much when I say Steppenwolf is probably the worst villain in a superhero movie ever.
He is, and he's like the worst choice for a Justice League villain.
Oh, yeah. You had so many other choices, and you picked a second stringer of an obscure cosmic group of villains.
Yeah, and not only that, they could have still had him, but then like saying like, oh, and he has backup. He has Calabac and the Furies.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they made some like weirdo story where he's like exiled from Apocalypse, and he thinks like getting these or like win Darkseid's favor or something.
Yes. They also defeated him and made him leave Earth. And what has he been doing in this whole time? Just sitting on his goddamn hands? Waiting for Superman to die. They say, oh, Superman's death has made him return to the planet. Superman was maybe only Superman for like 3 years in this time, and then he died.
I don't understand that. So, like, what was stopping him from coming just before Superman? Because, like, as we find out, like, through the history, like, they sealed the mother boxes away, like thousands of years ago. And, like, Superman only came in, like, the 80s. Yep. So, like, what happened in that time between? Like, nothing. There was no Kryptonians there or anything. So
he got really into Minecraft, Matt, over those years. He's just been building in Minecraft, and he's like, oh fuck, I gotta get back to work. I was doing something. Quick, get the parademons together, which also, I love the movie never bothers to explain. Wait, they're called parademons, but they're clearly aliens. Why are they called demons when they're aliens? And the alien man calls them parademons too.
Yeah, none of this is ever explained at all. We just sort of meant to, just shut your mind off and go with it.
I think it's the perfect example of the people writing this didn't bother to actually explore or dig any deeper on anything they're reading. They basically read the Wikipedia pages, skimmed through them, and they're like, yeah, that's enough. I think I know what we're doing.
Yeah, and again, what was this? This is written by Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder. Remember when like Terrio was brought on to like Batman v Superman? Everyone said, "Oh, he's got to do good. It's got to be better."
Because he had just come off Argo, and Argo was fucking amazing. And we're like, okay, yeah, he'll be able to save this. Oh, I guess he doesn't do well with the material. Shit, I forgot superhero movies are its own unique discipline. God damn it.
He doesn't do well with the material, or he's just brought in as like a name. Right. Like someone who could be in the room where like Zack is like, oh no, we're gonna have the woman shoot the Horn Man, and they're gonna fight, and it's gonna be cool. And he's just, yeah, Zack, yeah, kind of like Brian Azzarello with Frank Miller on Dark Knight 3.
My theory always was when they talked about bringing Chris Terrio so close to Ben Affleck, I'm like, oh, is he just going to be Affleck's writer? Is he just going to is he going to rewrite everything Affleck is given to make sure he doesn't say anything too embarrassing?
Yeah.
I'd believe that. Like, Bruce Willis has his own writer on movies and shit that rewrites it when he doesn't like it to protect the Bruce Willis brand. Well, Amazons, you really whiffed it on this one. I'm sorry. This is going into your performance review.
If only you had armor on your midriff.
Yeah, then maybe you could have saved the day. I'm just saying. Quick, light the signal fires.
Again, this is something that should have been in the Wonder Woman movie, like Diana being taught, and if you were to ever leave and you saw this light on this temple, it would mean something is up.
Seriously,
She never learns any of that. So like,
no.
If I was never told that and I saw that, I'd be
what
like,
the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Someone set a temple on fire. What the fuck?
Well, you see, Matt, what you're talking about is world building, and that's something you don't have time to when you're trying to rush this out the door.
Yeah.
That's a real problem, man. All this world building you gotta do. And again, this movie was put on hold. They reworked this one. They took a lot of time, and this was the best they came up with.
Yeah. Diana doesn't appear to be like an ambassador or anything. He's just like someone who works at like an art museum.
Again, it's like, Diana, what have you been up to for the last 100 years? And even when she starts talking to the other people too, it's like, oh, I'm still hung up on Steve Trevor and everything, and I'm still hung up on all this other stuff. For 100 years, you had no other loves, no other adventures for 100 years, nothing to talk about?
I think they actually came out not long after this movie came out, and said like, the stuff she said in the Batman v Superman film is like not canon. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? So like, she's gonna have all these adventures, and like, oh, I read that as like, oh, so your film was successful, so we're not gonna like talk about these lines that you said in this film.
Also, hey,
this scene feels like it's shot from like The Office.
Yeah, it really does.
It's so strange. It's so strange. It's so weirdly lit and everything.
It doesn't match the rest of the movie's palette. Now, hey, also, Ma Kent, really, your son dies and you end up losing the whole farm. Was Clark really paying the rent on that place with his, like, small-timey journalist paycheck? I don't think journalists get enough to pay the rent on big farms. And also, didn't you get some kind of, like, life insurance payout when your husband died? And don't you have a job? How did you lose the whole farm in just a little bit?
Remember, she worked at Sears, but then Clark threw a train through the Sears in Smallville in Man of Steel. And then she was working at a diner and got kidnapped, so they probably thought she was dead. And yeah. But yeah, was Clark so integral to this? And it reminds me of like the scene in Superman the movie, and we had a scene dedicated to it where like Clark says, "Can I have half my paycheck sent back to my mother?"
Exactly, yeah.
Like, that's a little bit of will, but he nothing like that. He barely even worked at the Daily Planet, yet apparently had a job there.
Yeah.
An important job.
But look, we need to worry about Ma Kent. Will Ma Kent be important in the rest of the movie? No, actually, she'll only come back at the very end. But we want to make you feel bad about her, though.
Yeah.
Look, Matt, the world is going to hell since Superman has died. Don't you get it? Everything is wrong. Black is white, up is down.
Yeah, and then Lois is somehow mourning him for some reason. Mm-hmm. Because apparently they were meant to be together in like the first film for some reason.
Even though
I don't know why. We couldn't have that thing where like she likes Superman but doesn't like Clark, and they don't know that he's Superman. So there's that bit of comedy or anything. Couldn't have any of that.
You see, Matt, their love is the linchpin of this franchise. It's why everything is so important. That's why at the scene in the beginning when the kid's asking, what's your favorite thing about Earth? He was thinking about Lois, you see. But why have we never seen them fall in love or even really like each other in all the other movies? We're just told that they're in love.
Yeah. I reckon he was thinking about killing that warlord at the beginning of Batman vs Superman. And miss the killings.
I surely do. Oh, hey, that's lucky that Victor just downloaded the plot. He downloaded the script, so now he knows about Batman and everyone else.
Yeah, he just knows who Batman is.
It's okay, everyone. I downloaded the script notes. The mother box in me gave me the power. Aw, Batman, he's so handy. That's another thing about this movie that, when building a team, you usually have, what's the person's role in the team? Who's the muscle? Who's the brains? Who's the tactician and everything? Here it's a problem because they try and make everyone seem so awesome that they could fill all roles, so you have characters filling no roles at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we said, Flash is the funny one, but everyone's funny, though. Everyone makes jokes. Oh, well, Aquaman's the muscle of the team, but Superman and Wonder Woman are arguably stronger than him. Oh, well, Batman is the leader and the tactician, though, but everyone just kind of follows Superman's lead. And also, Wonder Woman is kind of the leader, too, because she's had, like, generations of experience and everything. And also, she clearly knows more because she's now telling us the origins of Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
So who fills what roles where?
Also, people get turned into
Parademons.
parademons by, like, being attacked by them. What?
Should we feel bad then for killing parademons? Should we not try and kill parademons? Should we maybe try and find a way to reverse what happened to them? Oh, nope, that's never going to come up again, that parademons are regular people? Okay.
Yeah, but we'll show that they are regular people, though.
And that everyone we kill used to be a person, probably with a family who loved them very much. The Infinity Unity. I mean, the Mother Box Trinity Unity. Yep.
God, this is so like generic blockbuster shit.
Fantasy Lord of the Rings. It's like, look, we've seen Lord of the Rings. We have an idea of how this works. Also,
and it pisses me off so much because the mother boxes are so interesting.
Oh, the Atlanteans are coming to save us, just like the Ghost Pirates. It's basically the same shot. Furthermore, too, why did they want the Earth specifically? Is there, like, anything really good on Earth that they want? Oh, hey, Ancient Green Lantern, gotta get your Easter egg, blow your Easter egg wad right away.
Yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, and like, why did the Green Lantern just suddenly die?
Yeah, but by saying that there's Green Lanterns here, you open up a shit ton of problems. Why didn't the Green Lantern stop Zod then? Why did the Green Lanterns not stop Doomsday? Why did the Green Lanterns not do a lot of important shit?
Yeah. Oh, I bet we'll learn in, like, the inevitable movie that they're, like, all dead or something, or...
Right.
No, some bullshit like that.
They were drunk. They were too drunk to show up.
Yeah.
I'm leaving now for no reason. But I'll be back. Yeah,
why was Earth so important? Like, why couldn't they... And it's the same thing with Zod. Why couldn't they just, like, go take Mars or something first as a staging ground and then attack Earth and try and take the solar system or something? Why Earth?
Also, I'm happy that you guys showed us, or that you at least remembered from Wonder Woman, that the only gods that are real are the Greek gods, because we saw, like, Athena and Zeus and everything fighting. Doesn't that make a lot of problems for if you eventually want to do, like, Black Adam or any of the characters that draw their inspiration from, like, Egyptian pantheons or, like, any other pantheons that aren't Greek, by saying, no, only the Greek gods are the real ones?
No, they'll forget they said that.
Also, for a movie like Batman v Superman that was so up its own ass with messages and religious allegory, and like, oh God, and the devil and angels and everything, well, apparently the Judeo-Christian God doesn't matter because the only real God is Zeus. Apparently you've all been worshipping the wrong god this whole time. And you make Zeus very angry, and so his daughter Diana will smite you.
Yeah, I like this scene as well, as we learn a little bit later that, like, Victor was watching, but, like, wasn't even watching from, like, a distance, like, just behind a tree behind them. And I'm like, oh wow, so Batman, like, didn't notice this guy standing behind him, but Wonder Woman did. And, like, world's greatest detective. See, he's like literally a tree behind them.
World's greatest detective cannot see someone standing directly behind him. And hey, Wonder Woman too, you're also dropping the ball. Warrior, princess, tactician, versed in all the styles of combat, can't look behind her ever so slightly. That's okay, Matt. I'm sure he had turned on, stealth.exe in his Cyborg menus. Hey, Barry Allen, he's so kooky, he watches K-pop music videos and Rick and Morty. You like that, don't you, young people? He speaks to you, doesn't he? We market researched all of these things, and also here's a picture of him with his shitty man bun that he thankfully left at home this time. Which again, I railed against the shitty man bun in Batman v Superman to eventually discover, oh wait, that's just Ezra Miller's haircut. Which means that when he came to shoot that scene, they had no idea what Barry Allen was supposed to look like, so they're just like, go on there with your own clothes and your own haircut.
Let's talk about his suit. His suit is like, why?
Hey Barry, how did you make that suit? You say you're not a superhero, even though you fought Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad, but apparently that movie doesn't count anymore because it doesn't get mentioned. I'm good. You don't seem to have a job or anything, so did you just steal the NASA material to make? I'm guessing you had to steal the stuff to make it.
I'm guessing you had to steal all this stuff. Those screens and computers and everything, you don't just pick them up.
I live on the streets, right? I'm destitute. I stay off the grid. Doesn't look like you're staying off the grid very good.
Yeah. And if he's so smart, like what's stopping him from getting this job that he needs and everything? What's stopping him?
Oh, my crippling autism, maybe, but only for this scene, though, and then it will never be brought up again that I might be on the spectrum. Also, too, Batman really trusting going around as Bruce Wayne to talk to this guy and everything. What if he said no? Then you have a super fast guy who knows your identity.
Not only that, but yeah, like what if he turned out to be like a villain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he saved that person, but he also stole the money or something. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense that why he would be so trusting.
Especially
comic Batman would never do something like this.
Comic Batman wouldn't do that, and this doesn't even gel with the violently paranoid anti-alien Batman from Batman v Superman just a movie ago. If there's a 1% chance, Alfred, that he might be bad, we're gonna have to kill him. But Master Bruce, what if there's a 1% chance that Flash could be bad?
It's okay, I'll go in my suit.
Shut up, old man.
I remember they shilled really hard for this car. They had comics and shit and all that sort of stuff.
But doesn't it look fucking sick? Yeah. Also, too, hey, Batman smiles and cracks jokes now, and he didn't in the other movie. So you're saying the death of Superman made him happier and more adjusted, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, so watching that alien fuck die brought him happiness.
Filled him with a joy he never knew before. And again, before people complain and be like, oh my god, in the other movies you just wanted Batman to smile and be happy. Yeah, I did, but now they've changed him on a dime with zero reason as to why and no actual character growth. He's just acting differently out of the blue now.
Yeah, and again, like it stems from that Martha scene. He learned his mother's name was Martha, and that completely changed everything.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, Matt. Their mother's name were Martha. They're fighting over the mother boxes. Oh my god, they're actually the Martha boxes.
Steppenwolf's mother's name is Martha.
Was also Martha. And when you bring the three Marthas together, you create the Martha unity that nothing can stop. Because is a mother's love not the most powerful thing in the world?
Oh my god, this scene, all the street and everything is CGI, and it's so oh my god, right there, it's all CGI, and you can painfully tell it was. Yeah.
Why can you guys go and film on an actual street?
Money.
But doesn't it cost more money to use all these computers, though?
Don't understand the vision.
No, clearly not. The street needed to look like this. I caused all the cameras to surge. These are powers I have now. Will you use these powers again later in the movie? No.
No, never.
There's a lot of that, too. There's a great one with Aquaman later. Wow, that's a really useful power. Are you going to use that power again? Nope.
Aquaman's probably the worst in here for powers, because
yeah,
we see him use that one time where he stops the wave, and then that's it. Every other time he's just throwing the trident at stuff or kicking stuff.
It's wow, man, you have hydrokinesis. That's an amazing ability. You can control one of the chief elements. Are you gonna drown the parademons at the end of the movie? Or are you gonna create a water tornado with sharks in it to kill Steppenwolf? Nope, just gonna throw my trident at stuff.
Yeah, and I'm they wanted him to be like Thor.
Yeah, they couldn't decide. Is he the Thor or is he the Hulk? We don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, too, this whole thing that Cyborg is going through, the whole, the whole elephant man, I'm not a monster, I am a man. I didn't ask to be brought back to life, Dad. That probably would have been really interesting if he got to talk with Superman, who later in the movie is brought back to life against his will. That probably would have been interesting, but we didn't get that.
No, we don't. We barely get any interactions with the League and Superman.
Which is shocking, because this is supposed to be your team movie. This is supposed to be the big payoff for all your characters getting together. Oh, no, wait, you didn't set up your characters in other movies, so this is the first time we're meeting most of them.
Yeah.
I saved this man for reasons that are not clear. Even though I seem to be a self-centered dick every other time, I also save and feed people because... Everyone also kind of knows me and is cool with me and doesn't want to hunt me, even though I'm like a mystical, magical mermaid man.
Also, Atlantis is in, like, Iceland now.
Yeah. Maybe it's like the Isle of Tortuga, Matt. It's always somewhere different. Okay, here we go. So, again, weird musical covers all throughout the movie. The one time they use an original is right here when they use White Stripes' Icky Thump, and this is the major theme of Aquaman, Icky Thump, because when I think of Aquaman...
So fucking awesome, man.
Which, in fairness, it's a sick-ass riff. It's so sick they used it in the Comic-Con trailer, but why for Aquaman? There is nothing nautical or about the sea about Icky Thump. In fact, if you listen to the lyrics, they're ridiculously on the nose, because it's talking about, like, drinking and going to meet a red-headed woman as he drinks and goes to meet a red-headed woman that is Mira.
Yeah. Also, how bad are these underwater shots?
They're not great. It does not bode well for Aquaman.
I had someone try and, like, they did Dry for Wet, which is, it's all CGI and stuff. But I had someone try and tell me that, like, Zack Snyder was the one who invented that. And I'm like, it's been done in movies for years, mate.
There's a little movie called Splash you might have heard of.
Yeah, it's... They try to say all this stuff that he did all this stuff, and yeah, it just looks terrible. There's no excuse for it. And again, like, we see him here, like, get the trident and, like, the armor. But he had that in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, didn't you already have those things? Oh my god, is that video from the future? Also, hey, I will mention something nice about Mira. Her costume is 100% comic accurate. Why does she look so good and Aquaman looks like such shit?
It doesn't make sense. It's the same with, like, this week's Shazam. We get to see his costume. Yeah. That looks fucking amazing.
Why do they look great and the other heroes don't? You know what it is? It's because they didn't like Aquaman, and they didn't respect him, and they didn't think audiences would respond to an Aquaman who looked like the guy from the comics, so they did as they always did. Hey, let's reinvent the wheel on this. It's not like this character has existed for 75 years or anything, and that people like him. They'll like our version better.
Yeah. And it's sorry to that, I don't understand why their costumes are always so over-designed. Like the Superman costume, it's got, like, all those designs in the S and all over, like, the material. I'm like, who the fuck's gonna see any of that on screen?
Hey, Mara, thanks for creating this oxygen bubble so we can talk to each other. As Atlanteans, we of course need air to talk, so that was nice of you. Again, does not bode well for Aquaman, so much to the point James Wan, he's doing Aquaman, right, James Wan?
Yeah.
That he had to come out and be like, no, I promise, no air bubbles in my movie, guys, I promise.
Yeah.
And hey, early buzz as we record this in mid-March, the early word on Aquaman is that it's actually pretty good, but that the studio is furious about it being good because they're already shifting money and resources to other stuff because they're basically already done with the Justice League DCU experiment. Because, again, this one only made $97 million, was a huge flop and a giant slap in the face.
Yeah, Black Panther made more in the 4-day weekend than this made in the 4-day week. This made in its entire domestic run.
Again, wrap your mind around that. Black Panther, a character that up until a while ago was only really known to comic fans, made more money in its opening weekend than the entirety of the Justice League, the basis for all superheroes, more or less the whole archetype, the most famous heroes in the world.
Jesus Christ.
And again, there's a lot of reasons as to like, well, why do you think that was? Is it because people already spent their money on superhero movies that year? Was word of mouth that bad? Were they really scared off because they didn't see Superman on the poster? Or was it just a matter of, okay, you guys have poisoned the well far too many times now and people have gotten smart to it?
And it was exactly that, because I had friends that like aren't really into comic book movies, and when they like saw ads for that, it was like, I'm not seeing that. That movie looks like shit.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's just, you made too many bad movies in a row.
Yeah.
Or because people have no faith in you anymore. Because even if you do have a good movie, or even if you might have had a good movie at some point, we hear all these horror stories out of this one and out of Suicide Squad, where it's like, yeah, they hacked it to the bone and changed everything.
Yeah, they just can't help it for some reason.
Because they're reactionary.
Yeah. So what's important about this bit of drywall?
It's very special alien drywall. I love this too. My exile will end and I can rejoin my place among the new gods. Steppenwolf, new god is your race. It's not like a club. It's not like a team. I know you might think it's a team because their name is on the cover of the comic and everything, but no, your race is new god. That'd be like if me and Matt said we would take our place amongst the race human. We're already human. We can't be any more human.
Oh, God.
In fact, some might say we're more human than human. That was a Rob Zombie reference, everybody, who I think Rob Zombie should direct the Lobo movie.
And he should play Lobo.
He looks like him, so yeah, he should. Yeah, we're almost like almost an hour into this, and has much actually happened. I remember watching this in the theater, and I'm like, is this movie ever going to get started?
Yeah, nothing ever really happens, and we have Jim Gordon, and he's only seen that for some reason J.K. Simmons got really big for.
Yeah, he got fucking ripped for it, man. Again, I kept hoping there'd be a scene where parademons attack the city, and Gordon rips off his shirt. It's like, let's do this, and then he just starts punching parademons.
He like powers up like Master Roshi.
Oh yeah, just like that. Hey, nice shot of Wonder Woman's ass there. You just got a bunch of good press about, how empowering the Wonder Woman was to women and young girls, and how it was great because it didn't have any male gaze. And here's a little male gaze for you.
Yeah. Oh, good on you, Barry. Just tell all the ground crew,
Yeah, it's nice to. It's one thing in the CW universe when they say like, all our identities are out there. It's another thing in the movies.
Yeah.
Apparently, Flash, it doesn't matter. The universe has a hard time keeping his identity secret. What do I care? I'm the fastest man alive. Nothing can hurt me. The only thing that can hurt me is another speedster, or perhaps a psychic gorilla, but it's a good thing I don't know any of them.
Also, have you noticed that like every hero except for Barry lives in either Metropolis or Gotham?
Yeah, exactly. All the heroes live in the same place now. Oh, another thing too, because they demanded to have such an old Batman, and they have a Flash who is clearly from a millennial mindset, a Wonder Woman who's super old. We have no idea how old Aquaman is. We see that old mural. He could be anywhere from like 30 years old to 100 years old. So now we have this thing where there's this weird age gap in the Justice League where there never was before, and this weird generation gap they've created out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's so strange where like they're all like ranging from like ages 25 up to whatever Batman age is, 50.
Yeah, where in the comics, they're all roughly the same age. They all have roughly the same point of reference. Here, it's like, no wonder these guys don't work together. They're basically from completely different fucking worlds. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Also, we talked over it, too, there for a second, but they played a couple bars of, the Tim Burton Batman score.
Yeah, because obviously Danny Elfman did the score for this film after they fired
Junkie XL.
Junkie XL and Hans Zimmerman, which I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like, oh, you fired them? Oh, well, the world's a better place for it.
Which, again, too, people are like, no, the Junkie XL score would have made this movie, man. It all would have made sense if only we had the Junkie XL score.
Yeah. Yeah, they used that theme. They used the John Williams Superman theme when he tries to kill the Justice League later on.
Yes, they do.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Which
That's what they think of it.
Yeah, which, I'm happy to hear the old scores again. I love the old scores. They're cool and iconic for a reason. But it's like, here's the thing, guys. You spent 2 whole movies, Man of Steel, or even more than that, Suicide Squad, I always forget that, Batman v Superman, basically saying, nah, man, all the old heroes are lame and stupid and don't even think about those movies anymore. Those are your granddad's Batman and superhero movies. We're cool and hip and now, only for Injustice League to be like, here's the old Danny Elfman music, please like us.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's all it was.
It comes
was
off
them like,
as
okay,
desperate.
we need, we need to like get people back. Oh, we'll put the themes back in from the movies people love.
It comes off as very desperate.
Yeah, and the heroes can never just be the heroes.
No. Oh, I'm Barry and I've never fought before. But you kind of did, though. You beat up Captain Boomerang in Suicide.
You have a suit. Why do you have a suit if you're not out fighting crime?
Yeah. Oh, I've only pushed people before, and I don't know. Again, too, it's not like you have to fight like a regular person. You're super fast. Run, punch, run away. And again, it's only a problem in this scene, and then it will never be a problem again for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, he's never has a problem with it after this. Like somehow, like Batman was able to convince him with that stupid talk about saving one person. Mm-hmm. And like, you're the Flash, you could save them all.
You really could. Apparently, too, there was some shit in the original script. I can neither confirm nor deny, but we were joking about them being Martha boxes. Apparently, like, the mother box was his actual mother in, like, an original thing.
Steppenwolf does reference mother, like, does say something about mother.
Yeah.
Like, is going to bring mother to Earth or something.
Yeah. Which, again, leads me to believe they didn't fucking know anything about mother boxes when they wrote this. Or they're like, that's dumb, we'll make it better.
Yeah. Wonder Woman, you just killed a man who foster cared people.
Yeah, well...
These parademons are humans, by the way, so...
He lived long enough. I mean, that's the problem with parademons. They all look alike. You can't tell the foster parents from the child molesters, from the corporate bankers.
Yeah. How is Batman able to kill any of these things? They're aliens that, like, have super strength.
He's killed quite a few, actually. So, apparently that's another thing we found out about parademons. They're really shitty henchmen.
Very shitty. Like at least, like, in like, the Avengers, the Chitauri actually had to put up a fight.
Yeah, at least it actually looked hard to fight them. Here, they are multiple, but also very incompetent that anyone can defeat them with just a light enough touch.
Yeah. It reminds me of that scene in Avengers where, like, Captain America has to fight the Chitauri in that bank with the bomb. Mm-hmm. And, like, he has, like, enough trouble with, like, there was, like, 2.
Yeah.
And Batman's just hitting one and it's, like, punching straight through them. And, you know, they're weak.
Oh, here's the transforming Bat Spider-Mobile.
Yeah, got to buy it at your local Target.
They really might as well be like, coming to a Walmart near you. This ugly, ugly toy. Dad, I was mad at you, and we have a lot of issues we need to work through. We won't, though, but I'll love you again by the end of the movie. Which, again, makes me feel maybe at some point Silas Stone was supposed to come back and use his big science brain to help him so him and his son can work through their issues.
Yeah.
So they just kind of start and stop having issues.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman, you could fight the God of War to a standstill in your own movie, but you're having problems with this guy who was defeated once before by the armies of men, Atlantis, and Amazons.
Yeah, and you have bracelets that could, like, kill a god.
And hundreds of years of experience where you apparently didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Guns will work. Batman, well known for his gun use.
Yes. Well, this Batman is.
No, look, it's okay. The parademons aren't people. Oh, god damn it. We already set up that they were people. Fuck.
God, why is Batman quipping?
Because
Jesus, he's tall. Why would Batman? Damon wouldn't say that.
I'm happy, funny Batman now. This is what people wanted, right? That's another thing, too. People often complain, like, man, these Marvel movies, they just shoehorn so many jokes into them, man. And they're just, like, so tone-deaf and everything. I'm like, man, that shows a massive amount of disrespect for the writers and comedians who spend, like, sleepless nights and work hundreds of hours to craft the perfect zinger and the perfect one-liner. And you can tell when they're phoned in and when they're forced because they're not funny.
Yeah, and Marvel movies, like, their jokes are funny. How does the Flash trip? God damn it.
Speed Force.
God damn it. He does it again as well when he's fighting Superman.
Yes,
he trips.
Because how else can you stop a super fast man? He needs to trip. Can we talk to you about the Speed Force being all blue lightning and everything? That reminds me so much of Red Letter Media when they're saying you gotta hypercharge the action. It's not enough that he runs fast in a magical force. It needs to shoot lightning everywhere.
Yeah, like shoots lightning, and like in that clip we see in Batman vs Superman, it shoots lightning everywhere and does more damage than good.
Yeah. Seems like a pretty volatile force, this Speed Force.
How do they kidnap Barry? God damn it. Vibrate out of them.
I don't know how to do that, apparently. Even though I have a costume and I've already done all this, I don't know how my powers work. Fuck yeah. Injustice, Gods Among Us. Played a lot of that game. That's my combo.
Dear God, Batman is fat.
He's bulky as shit. Oh, and I'm gonna use my elite hacksaw skills. Get all up in here. Get up all in this machine's guts.
Yes, Alfred, you do know who he is.
Has no one been
damn it.
Has no one been keeping you up to date, Alfred, on what's been going on?
Jesus Christ. Batman, why do you have all these guns?
And missiles and everything.
See, how is that? I want someone to explain to me how like that is like non-lethal.
It's a rubber missile.
It shoots the rubber missiles. And they had to bring water in just so they could get Aquaman in.
So Aquaman could do a thing and enjoy it because it's the coolest, most accurate thing he does. Yeah, it's like he talks about Mother like it's a person, and then in later scenes he'll talk about it like it's a thing. He keeps going back and forth.
Yeah. Why was Aquaman just here? Like, was he just, like, waiting outside?
He was...
Like, do I go in? Have the fight started yet? I don't want to impose.
He was swimming outside, you know, trolling for schools of fish. Like, smoking an underwater cigarette. Hey, baby, what's up? I'm Aquaman.
I can imagine Snyder's like, oh, this is like Moses. He's parting the seas. It's fucking awesome. It's biblical.
So biblical, dog. Much biblical.
As he weightlifts in his office.
Big biblical.
Flash, just run. Just run.
I was watching this too in the theater, and I thought, you know what, this would be a great stage for the video game if they ever went back to making video game tie-ins to big movies.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Which is good, because they were all shit, because no game could ever be good on the schedule that it would have to come out to match the movie.
Yeah. Good going, guys. You flooded the tunnels between Metropolis and Gotham.
It's going to take us months to clean that up. A lot of man hours. That's some good heroing. Hey, what's your connection to Atlantis there, Aquaman? Because it's like implied that you've never been there before or know very little about it, but you're speaking with a lot of authority about Atlantis.
Yeah, well, not only that, like apparently he doesn't care about Atlantis, but he does when people talk about it.
Let's never ask him any follow-up questions about this. That could be interesting and give us insight into his character, and we have to save that for his own movie, apparently. But will this Russian family be okay, Matt? I just don't know.
This is one thing that Zack Snyder that Joss Whedon added in for some reason.
It feels very Whedon-esque, where it's like, no, we need to see this through the eyes of the little people. We need to see it through the eyes of regular folk. And also, they need to save somebody at the end to show that they're heroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bane's going to be really upset when he sees that Aquaman stole his coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Learn some boundaries, Harry.
Yeah, maybe you are autistic. I don't know. No, you're not autistic. You're just an idiot. I like that. It's like a bat cave. Yes, it's very much like a bat cave. What was the giveaway? The bats flying overhead?
I think that's like the first time we hear it being called the Batcave. I don't think they don't do it in Batman vs Superman because that's not mature and adult.
I'm pretty sure they also never refer to themselves as the Justice League.
No.
Because, in the movie called Justice League, God forbid we say Justice League.
Oh, it just so happens that everyone's standing, certain meters apart, almost like they have, marks on the ground that they need to stand on.
Yeah, shot, reverse shot. We're not going to show them all standing together, even though this is a team movie, and half the appeal is getting to see all your heroes standing next to each other. We're actively going to go, oh, no, wait, there, look, Momoa and her were there on the same day, and they're all here on the same day here. But not for the whole conversation, though. And even then, for all we know, they could CGI in a couple people.
Oh, yeah. I know, like, at the end, right at the end of the movie, there's, like, a shot where, like, none of the three actors in it, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, were there on the same day. And they shot them all individually and then put them all in the same scene. And they're standing within arm's length of each other.
To the credit of the editors of this movie, I want to give them that cake, like, from The Simpsons, where, like, Marge was going for her real estate test, and it's the cake that says, at least you tried. I'd like to give everyone in this movie that cake, at least you tried.
I want someone to make, like, a documentary about this film's, like, production, and just, like, how batshit insane it was, how awful it seems to be to, like, especially, like, the people responsible for, like, for people responsible for, like, the special effects. Because I read somewhere that, like, someone who either did or was, like, involved with, like, the mustache special effects, they gave him a way to do it, like, really well, and that would basically just mean giving Superman a beard, like, he had in the comic, and they're like, no, got to get rid of the mustache.
Because apparently Cavill's playing hardball, and apparently the new Mission Impossible is way more important to him than this.
Well, like, why should, like, a Paramount movie cater to these guys when they finished production on this? He moved over into his contract at Mission Impossible, and then they're like, oh, no, we need him back for, like, 3 months.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's a real no-win thing, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and good on Paramount for not backing down either. They shouldn't have needed to anyway.
They're like, look, our movie's probably gonna make more money, so
it will. I fucking love the Mission Impossible films.
Yeah. This is also where the movie starts to get nuts too, where Batman's like, oh, we could fucking bring him back to life with magic boxes. Like, dude, have you not been hearing about how evil and how destructive the boxes are up until? Yeah, but we could fucking bring him back though if we did. like he just gets a wild hair up his ass out of nowhere in this conversation. It's like, yeah, let's play God, everybody.
Yeah, and then, like, the last movie, he was like, no one should play God, they're fucking aliens and gonna shoot people.
Which, again, in a better movie, and maybe even in the original cut, I don't know, they could have written something interesting of Bruce being like, no, I feel responsible for Superman's death, and, if I bring him back, it'll help take the guilt off me.
Yeah, but of course, none of that comes. Well, I know in the original, he was meant. I think Steppenwolf was meant to bring him back to life,
which would,
or like something like that. And then Superman was, because this is when the movie was, like, meant to be 2 movies.
Right.
And then, like, in the second part, like, he was still evil and everything, And of course, yeah, we got another evil fucking Superman.
It's also too where it's like maybe he doesn't want to come back to life, and to have the heroes do this is really grim and macabre. And again, he mentions Pet Cemetery, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's like necromancy. That's really nothing that heroes should be doing.
And again, we should have had a scene where like Superman is in like the Kryptonian afterlife or something, stuff we've seen in the comics. And he has to deal with whether he comes back or not.
Can we talk too about Bruce's just armor room he has here? What role does the armor room play? Like, obviously he's fixing his own armor in this room, but he also just has like a bunch of samurai statues and stuff all over here and swords. What is the purpose of this room?
It doesn't make any sense because it's in the cave. If it was up in the mansion, I would understand. It's like, a room that's like in the mansion, he collects all these armors, like in Tim Burton's Batman, how he had that room with all the armors in it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is just like in the cave, and it's like a little room.
Like, is Batman just like a huge weeb in this universe? And he's like, oh, it's my fucking Hattori Hanzo sword, and my Bleach sword, and my Cloud Buster armor. Yeah, wow. Hey, parents, bet you didn't think you'd see this in a Super Friends Justice League movie for the whole family. The two youngest, most impressionable characters go to dig up a body. And they even talk about how this isn't right, but we're doing it anyway. Grave robbing. You can add that to the Justice League's resume.
Yeah.
Well, like, again, there's a big thing. Like, this is not only, like, morally and ethically wrong, this is also illegal what they're doing. Very illegal.
That's why I don't understand why they didn't have it sort of similar to, like, in the comics, where, like, his body was buried in like, that big mausoleum thing they have, and then, like, they find it stolen because it was stolen from inside, from, like, a secret catacomb or something.
Yeah, that would be
Batman installed or something.
And again, it's like, or even I expected it to be like, no, he's already gone because, he didn't die, because at the end of Batman v Superman, we saw him, like, move the top a little bit.
Holy shit, yeah, I completely forgot about that fucking, like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah, apparently that didn't matter. The way I thought that scene was gonna go is they were gonna dig him up. Oh, he's not really here. Oh, he's been living in hiding this whole time.
Yeah, they could have done something, where he was just like, he had the beard and he was like a farmhand or something somewhere,
or he went back to the Fortress of Solitude, or like one of his fucking robots got him and he's like in a Kryptonian healing coma.
Yeah, in the fucking in that suit of armor, the Kryptonian battle armor, he's healing up in that.
It's nice to know they had so many ways they could have gone from the comics that would have pleased fans, and they did none of them. Instead, they're doing the crazy, let's steal a corpse and bring it back to life plot.
Also, like, remember, like, this, where they are at the moment, is the Fortress of Solitude. It's in the middle of fucking Metropolis, because it's a fucking ship for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And here we enter the moment of we need to... there's no real pressure in this situation, and there's no real ticking clock, but we now need to create one out of thin air of like, okay, Flash, you need to hit it at the exact second for the box to bring him back to life. Why?
Yeah.
Will something bad happen if I don't? What's stopping me from doing this 100 times?
Yeah. Also, that's clearly like a dummy. That's not actually Henry Cavill. Well, no, and like, why didn't, like, they just say like, oh, his hair grew while he was in there? That's to signify he was still alive.
It would have been so easy. And again, like, even Joe and Jim Popcorn are like, yeah, I done heard about that. Your hairs and nails, they done grows even after you die. I heard that. Like, even the dumbest person would have accepted that if you used that, but they didn't for some reason.
Yeah.
Now, Cyborg, are you Kryptonian compatible? Do you have the newest update?
Also, later on in the movie, he goes, like, psycho because the Kryptonian's near. Why isn't he going psycho now? Because Clark isn't dead. He's in, like, a regenerative state. So, like, he's technically alive. So he shouldn't, like, Cyborg be going crazy, and the mother box is trying to, like, kill
him. Probably at some point in production that was going to be important. Then it wasn't important anymore. So he'll freak out, then never again. They even make a point of it, too, where it's like, oh, can we trust him? Going into the final battle? Oh, never a problem again? Okay. It's basically the whole movie in a nutshell. Let's set up this thing. Will it be important? Probably not. Also, too, hey, Barry, I like Batman has all this time with Flash, and he never brought up, hey, you know, when I was in my study one time, a future version of you came through and tried to warn me about a dark future.
Yeah, none of that's ever come up, and it's probably never going to come up.
No, you would think this would be a good time to mention it to him, but no.
No.
Oh, again, we talked over it, too, but... So why does this Flash run like such a dope?
Oh, I said that like a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, why does he always run like he's casting like a spell? Like he does some weird fucking thing with his fingers and everything.
He hooks his arms, and it's like, again, you gotta supercharge the action. What does the Flash do? Well, he runs fast. Okay, but he's gotta have a unique run, though. He just can't run. That's boring.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm back. Hey.
Oh yeah, there's another thing. Remember, like they have this fight, and like Steppenwolf just like comes in and just steals it out of a parking lot.
Because apparently Steppenwolf has the amazing plot power to just teleport anywhere in the world, and nothing ever stops him.
Nah.
Also, how is Steppenwolf finding the boxes? Does he have a tracker? Does he listen for it? It seems that he's always able to find them no matter where they are.
Yeah. Also, why is like Superman like immediately want to attack them or like angry at them? Because like the last time he saw them, they were all friends, or at least Batman and Wonder Woman were.
Hey, enjoy that shot of the four of them standing together, because that's probably the most standing together you're gonna actually get.
Yeah.
They're all going to make piffy comments in a second, but instead of turning their head slightly and making piffy comments to the person next to them, they're going to look directly into the camera at the audience and make those comments, because they weren't all here on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there. Hey guys, I'm looking. I promise I'm looking at you and not the audience. I promise there's someone standing next to me.
Yeah, it's all like close-ups of them without the other one in the... Oh, they're all like awful CGI shots.
Of their backs, yeah. You know what else is a missed opportunity? He's looking at everyone with his, like, X-ray vision there. Shouldn't, like, Aquaman's skeleton and, like, general organic matter be different than everyone else because he's an Atlantean and he's not human?
You need to read the comics to know that, Joel.
Yeah, shouldn't his shit be different? Wouldn't that be a nice opportunity to show, like, hey, look, everyone, his shit's different because he's technically not human? But no.
So like obviously like Cyborg here is the problem. And why is she calling him Kal-El?
That one still sticks in my craw. It's like, you knew him for like what, an afternoon when he died, and now you're trying to get him back to himself to remember his humanity by calling him by his Kryptonian name. Why did you think that would work, Wonder Woman?
Oh god, and none of this makes sense.
Like, it seems like to call him Kal-El, you would need to be another Kryptonian, or at least, know him from a past life. You only ever knew him as Clark or as Superman. Why the Kal-El? What
the fuck was that face he pulled just before when Cyborg hit him with that ray? The fuck was that face?
That's a really good dump face. I make that face after I have a real good dump. Now, hey, credit where credit is due. It actually looks like the lasso is doing its job at first to, like, make him remember the truth, because that's what it's supposed to do. The lasso in the comics breaks all mind control, but his mind isn't really being controlled right now. He's just crazy and confused.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the team are actively attacking him.
Yeah. Also, hey, what a cool moment here. He's running super fast, but because he's Superman, he can keep up with him. If only they built a more interesting scene around this, that this feels like this should be the whole action scene. Barry trying to outrun him only to be like, oh fuck, he's Superman. He can actually keep up with me. No one's ever been able to keep up with me before.
That would have been cool. Like he takes out all the League and goes after Barry and it's like chasing Barry through the streets or something.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been a good idea. But no.
No, we'll just punch this not 9/11 memorial, and this is what we think of the people who died.
Was not the whole problem with Man of Steel that you didn't stop and help people, and that too many people died, and now you're fucking up their memorial? You just don't.
Why is he angry at Batman? He was friends with him.
No, he wasn't. Apparently,
friends, quote unquote. The movie said they were friends.
Yeah, the movie has told us several times that they were the best friends, even though they only had, like, what, 4 conversations in Batman v Superman, and at least 3.5 of them they were being dicks to each other.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go shot for shot. You headbutt me, I'll headbutt you.
Ugh.
Ow, my bat body. And now here for probably one of the funniest unintentional bits of comedy.
Look at that jaw.
Why are you focusing on it? Why? Film it from any other angle, but not straight on.
They should have done like close-ups of his eyes or something.
That would have been... Oh, and we could see Batman's reflection in his eyes as he's talking.
Yeah.
Or close-ups of it. Do you bleed? We brought it back, everyone. Remember that line that was so divisive from Batman v Superman? It's back.
Why did they... This shouldn't have been Lois. This should have been Martha.
That would have been nice. Also, hey, too, don't you love that her and clearly Alfred pulled up in a car together, but then when we see the bigger shot later, there's no car there?
Oh, Alfred went and got McDonald's or something.
Oh, I'd love to see that scene. I would like 1 fillet of fish, please, and an orange soda. And do you still have the apple pies? Are they like how I remember when I was young? No, they're different now. Well, fuck. Are your cookies any better? Do they still taste like lemon and ass? That's okay.
Again, it should have been Martha.
Yeah.
Well, they could have really fucked with him and like brought back like Russell Crowe as Jor-El, or like Kevin Costner. We're like, don't kill them, son. Just forget everything I said. Don't kill them.
Oh, more comedy stylings of Batman. Oh, something's definitely bleeding. Whackity schmackity Batman.
You can fly, Wonder Woman. Go after him.
Can she fly in this universe? They've never really said if she can or if she can't.
I don't think she can. I think she can just jump. And they're like, oh yeah, remember the mother box?
She can leap. Oh yeah, hey, remember that thing we were supposed to protect everybody? Damn, we're bad at this. So again, for those playing along at home, the villain has gotten all 3 MacGuffins that he wanted due to sheer incompetence by the heroes.
Yeah.
They're that bad. And
also,
again,
these two are like at the farm for like quite a while.
Yeah.
So like, but it's like sold. So there's like nothing inside. Yet he comes out and he's in like different
dressed.
clothes.
Yeah.
And then I think she's even in different clothes. I think as well.
Well, clearly because this is Smallville, he just stole some off a line that people have blowing in the breeze. He also stole a pie that was cooling on a windowsill, and that's what they've been eating. Stolen Smallville pies. Yeah, you sure did get your asses handed to you guys. I don't know why I'm supposed to buy you as an effective team when you can't even beat one member of your team.
Well, that's the thing with these movies. They're either really fast and loose with like the power levels, or like in terms of Superman, they'll just give it everything they got with him, make him like a literally impenetrable god, and then when he has to fight other people, he suddenly is like really weak, or like vice versa. Like we see Aquaman as like really strong, and Wonder Woman is really strong, but then they have to fight Superman and they can't fucking do anything.
It's also, too, where it's like, okay, we're over an hour into this now, and again, is the movie ever gonna start? The bad guy has gotten all the things. You're not really a team yet. No one's really grown as a character. No one's become friends. Nothing's really happened yet.
Yeah, again, about this juncture in like the Avengers, we were getting like all the team were together and they were talking with each other, and we already knew who they all were. Yeah. And then I think like around this time, like an hour and 20 in, we had like that part where like Hawkeye betrays them.
Yeah.
and Loki escapes and all that, so it's a bit fun and everything.
Yeah, there had already been like ups and downs and like stuff that was overcome. Here they're still working on the same problem as before. Now they've created another problem of bringing Superman back to life, then losing him. So basically, nothing our heroes have done has worked up until this point. They have just been failing upward for an hour.
Why does Batman have a gun on that table? Like is the literal like a handgun.
Hey, Wonder Woman.
And why is she suddenly wearing this? Oh, that's right. The actress was pregnant during this reshoot.
Which leads me to believe, I'm like, does Wonder Woman just have a pack of clothes? Does she just have a formal red cape that she just carries around for special occasions? And why did she just choose to grab it now out of nowhere?
Yeah, exactly. Because the scene just before she wasn't in it, and suddenly,
I'm wearing a red tablecloth now to cover my baby bump.
Yeah. And I'll stand behind Bruce so
Exactly.
You can't see it.
And only shoot me from the waist up, please. Which, hey, here's hoping that kid, when he's born, he'll get his Screen Actors Guild card. Hey, look, I was in the scene.
He gets his payment.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what? You were the best one in this scene, I'll agree.
Yeah, look at it. They're shooting her from, like the waist up. She's pregnant, everyone.
And again, to Wonder
so is Ben Affleck. He's pregnant as well.
Yeah, he was pregnant with lots of stuff. Booze, mostly. Which is funny. He's sitting here drinking in this bit in the movie, and we know he went to rehab for booze.
I like to think that that's like real booze, and he keeps like fucking up the scenes. And I got no one.
Just so he can keep drinking. Where it's like, no, we got to do another one for safety, guys. Look, I'm gonna try it this time, but I'm gonna try it in a fake accent, okay? Ben, we're tired. Can we go home? Not until it's perfect.
He does like his Boston accent. And it's like, Ben, why is Bruce suddenly like from Boston?
I don't fucking know, Wonder Woman. Let's go to the Harvard Yard. Maybe Superman's there. Then we'll try the reservoir.
Remember when this scene was in the trailer and
Yes.
It looks like, oh, this looks like an alright scene, and then something happened and now it's all CGI.
Truly, when I saw this bit in the trailer, I thought this was like heaven. I thought this was the afterlife. This is what he was dreaming, like an endless cornfield on the Kent farm. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of artistic, and that's kind of cool. Where it's like, no, his heaven is the time that was the most precious to him. Oh no, he's actually just standing there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's not just standing there. He's standing on some WB. All that CGI. Look at it. Oh my god. Oh, that's horrible. This is like a movie that cost $300 million, and that's the best they could do.
And probably more.
Oh my god.
Could you guys not go to a real cornfield?
Apparently not.
Could you not find one to film this on? Nah. And again, too, in a better movie, in a more interesting movie, I would have liked to have seen them explore this a little bit, where it's like, yeah, Superman comes back to life, and because of that, he has a whole new lease on life, and he wants to, not be such a depressive, broody jagoff like he was in the first two movies. But no, we don't really have time to focus on that or anything.
Yeah, again, it would have been good to see this continue. He goes and gets his costume back, and then maybe he just does a little bit of Superman grounded and just listens to the people.
Yeah.
And walks around or something, sees them, helps someone maybe.
Maybe he could put some coins in that homeless guy's bucket from the beginning of the movie. Did you heroes forget about the homeless guy? He's still out there. He's tired. His sign said so.
Oh, God. Why do they keep showing it?
I know, right? Again, it's so... You had so
many... God.
You have so many other options. Why do you keep drawing attention to one of the most annoying parts of your movie?
His mouth is on the side of his face.
Do anything else. Have him looking into some metal and have a hazy reflection as he talks. There are so many tricks that even a first-year film student would be able to tell you, but I'm sure they didn't want to piss Cavill's manager or anything off and be like, no, you paid for him to be in the movie. His face needs to be in the movie.
Why didn't they just put a beard on him, like in the fucking comics. Superman wore one when he came back to life in the comics.
He did. Supposedly there was supposed to be a black suit too and everything.
Jesus Christ.
It's nice to know you had so many choices and you continually picked the wrong one.
It boggles the mind that because movies aren't just like the choice of one person. They go through many people, and they all chose we'll CGI his fucking lip.
Yep. Also, why Chernobyl there, Steppenwolf? Why of all the places in the world you chose to set up, you chose this place?
Oh, people don't live there, and the people can't get mad at me for the collateral damage.
I get, because it's Russian. Fuck those guys, right?
Yeah, that's probably why it was here. Because like Zach didn't want people like criticizing him over collateral damage or something.
It's like, look, yeah, sure, lots of lives were lost and lots of property was destroyed, but it's Russian property, and I mean, come on, that's like $1 in Russian is like what, 5 cents in America? To which then the president speaks up and says, look, there's perfectly fine Russians on all sides. What Steppenwolf did was very bad. Bad hombre.
Yeah, but good for the economy. Brought the jobs.
Yeah, really. Lots of cleanup jobs and everything. And now we're heading into our final act. Now we're heading into our big thing, and it's like, really right now but it feels like nothing's actually been accomplished and we're going to the big fight now.
Nothing has. They've just been standing around in the Batcave for like probably hours.
Yeah. Batman also has a new costume now. It's like, are you going to tell us about the new costume? Is it going to, what does it do that's different than your old costume? What inspired you to build this?
Toys.
Yeah, exactly. We need a new one.
Yeah, for some reason he has like a mask that looks like night owls.
Yes. Hey, here's the shot for your desktops, everybody. Here's your wallpaper, them all coming out of the water. That can be your wallpaper. Yep, I'll do it.
Supposedly this is where like Superman's meant to meet Alfred.
Right. Yeah, because there's a whole bit of him in the cave, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, into the deleted scene, it doesn't. I can see why it's deleted because like it's this scene, and then like all this stuff, and then it cuts to like Alfred just inexplicably working one of Bruce's Aston Martins, like while all this shit's happening, he's just working on like a car, and then he meets Superman.
Hey, you bring the boxes together, and the power can't be contained. Well, that seems pretty bad for the person holding the box. Why would anyone want that? Martha. Yeah, Martha says it. It seems like these boxes don't really do anything for anybody. And now
look how over designed that costume is.
I know, and how not like the comics it is. And now I'm going to sit here and loudly talk about my character. Talk more than I've talked in the whole movie up until this point. And we're going to recycle a joke from the Wonder Woman animated movie that's not done nearly as well because they kind of blow the reveal.
Yeah.
Are you young though, Aquaman? Because again, your age is very hard to discern. That fishing village made it sound like you had been coming there for generations to bring them food.
Maybe that fishing village just has like a really short like lifespan.
I guess.
So like the 80-year-olds there are actually like 30.
Maybe. Oh, hey, speaking of that fishing village too, he's speaking like Icelandish or whatever to them, or some like Norwegian dialect. Apparently in the Norwegian cut of this movie, when there's like even when it's a dub and there's subtitles, they have to subtitle what Momoa said because apparently his Norwegian was so shitty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently he just butchered everything that they had to put subtitles on it anyway. And I'm like, ouch, that sucks. I mean, I'm not saying I would be any better speaking Norwegian, but really.
Yeah, but it's your job to learn that sort of stuff.
And hey, now we're here in later seasons of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're in the Red Sky seasons.
Yeah, oh, stuff's bad because it's like the red sky.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's your trailer shot, and there's everyone's desktop who likes this movie. And everyone's Twitter banner.
Yeah. Again, like this, like Batman vs Superman. This movie's full of like trailer shots or like trailer scenes.
Zack Snyder, I only care about moments.
Yeah.
I don't care how we get to these moments. And in fairness, Joss Whedon too. Like again, you can't throw everything on Snyder. Joss Whedon tried to recut what he had, and even still, what he had doesn't really mesh with the rest of the movie. Would it have been better or worse? I don't know, and we'll never.
Yeah, that's the thing. I see all these people criticizing Josh Whedon, and while you can, you have to realize he only had like what he had to work with.
Yeah.
He could only do so much.
Again, you can't put a square in a round peg, and etc. etc.
Yeah, that's a pretty shitty shield if you could just like blow through it.
Yeah. And again, too, hey, in a movie that's supposed to all be about the team coming together and the team's powers complementing each other, Batman sure does get a lot of press in here to show off his gear and all of his shit.
Yeah.
It's clear who the favorite is.
Was the favorite while shooting, and then Wonder Woman came out.
There you go.
And they're like, oh, we need to put her more in the movie. Oh, we can't? Because the actress is pregnant? Oh,
Damn.
Okay.
But hey, if nothing else, this film did seem to finally find a way to deal with the problem that have dogged all these DC movies since Man of Steel, and that is, how do we do Superman? How do we, deal with the power levels and everything else? Oh, I know. We won't have him in the bulk of the movie. That's how.
Yeah, we'll put him in like, oh god, he's probably in 5 minutes of this film, if that.
If even. Like that's a generous estimate.
And even in like Batman vs Superman, he's barely in that, and he's one of the main fucking headliners.
Yes, he just kind of mopes around. All right, now we had a big fight before and we lost, but let's win this one this time. How about that?
The script said we had to win.
It's a bold new strategy we're trying out. It's called winning.
It's an old Atlantean proverb.
Yes, if you fight, win. Also, don't bring knife to gunfight. Also an Atlantean proverb. And we will...
Weird purple CGI is coming to kill me.
And we'll destroy the world, or conquer the world, or ready it for Darkseid, or all three.
Yeah, they're not really clear what they want to do, but what I get from it is they're terraforming the Earth or something. Right. So I'm basically like, so like what Man of Steel was about. So again, you don't really have anything original.
Also about terraforming the Earth, it's like, hey, Steppenwolf, you're a new god and you're living here just fine, and parademons are from Apocalypse, and you guys are living here right fine too. Why do you need to terraform the Earth when you seem to be able to live here just fine?
Well, it's the same as Zod. Why does Zod need to terraform the Earth when he and his people are living there just fine? If they terraform it, does that mean like the sun goes red?
Yeah, do they lose
their Don't want power? That.
Also, too, it's like for a good chunk of the movie, they drop the whole, parademons feed on your fear thing until they need to take out Steppenwolf. I would have liked a scene where Batman's like, just don't be afraid!
But they would have been strong around like Barry and stuff, because he's like scared of everything.
I know, right? That feels like that should have been a moment, but it's not a moment.
No.
Also, Alfred, this is the team. Oh, we're a team now because Alfred said we're a team, not because of any actions that we ourselves have taken, but because we said so.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Aquaman in his natural habitat, fighting in the skies above.
Yeah. You know what would have been really cool here? He uses the moisture in the clouds to like create like a storm or something, or like water, like a water ball or something.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, writers of the movie, but there's like water and lots of things, and theoretically, if he can control the waves and push them back, he should be able to control the water in the clouds. And that's too nerdy shit. That takes too long to explain.
No, we'll just have him surf on a fucking parademon because he's a surfer.
Because that's a thing.
Wow. It's amazing how much that I give a shit about this.
I know, it's like, this is your big fight. Like, I should be really hyped and I should be really into this, but you've given me no reason to care about the characters who are fighting or their fate, so I'm just kind of like going along with it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. This is a reshot scene because that scene originally. Oh, look at the CGI on that.
Yeah. They somehow made him uglier.
Yeah, goddamn.
So does Steppenwolf have any interesting powers? No, he's just strong. And he's got an axe that lights up. Oh, that doesn't sound very interesting. That
Yeah.
a big ugly creation in armor. That sounds like your last 3 or 4
This-
villains, actually.
This is the villain that is meant to be like they're Thanos.
Yeah.
You know, they're Loki.
Someone was
Oh,
actually.
he fucking tripped again.
Yep. Oh, wacky Barry. You know, someone was actually trying to tell me, it's like, well, Loki wasn't a great villain either when he showed up in Avengers. Loki only became great later. And I'm like, you do know he was the first villain they fought in the comics, right? So there was a lot of precedent for him to fight them. Also, there was decades worth of material and stories written about Loki. Unlike Steppenwolf, whose greatest claim to fame is he stands in the background while more interesting new gods talk.
Yeah, or like the biggest thing he did was like kill the Earth 2 heroes, but even then he had help, like loads and loads of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best version. It's funny, he wasn't even a monster-faced guy in that. He was a regular
No.
dude in armor.
Yeah. All he looked like General Zod, but with like a horned helmet.
Yeah. But, you know, we had to have Steppenwolf because his name isn't nearly as silly as Granny Goodness or Vermin Wunderbar.
What about Calabac? You got a big like Hulk motherfucker.
Yeah, or Desaad. Have an emperor-looking guy in a robe.
Yeah. Or just do Darkseid.
Well, no, Matt, we can't blow that wad right yet because we're going to be making other movies because it doesn't matter if this is bad. It's going to make all the money because it's Justice League.
And it didn't.
Oh, no, wait, it didn't? Fuck.
Oh god, I would have hated to have been in the boardroom of that like the Monday after.
Oh, Jesus. Again, it would just been like, okay, here is your katana. You must commit ceremonial film executive seppuku now. For you have failed this dojo that is Warner Brothers. It is kind of amazing, and I think it's really sad that, this was the first time the Justice League was ever on screen. It should have been amazing, or at the very least, it should have just been, it should have been something. And now its greatest claim will be, it greatly underperformed.
Yeah, no, its greatest claim will be like it had a fucking mustache CGI in it.
Yeah.
Although they're beating the heroes, if only someone could save them.
Also, what was your plan? You lost punching him before, so your plan was, let's go and punch him all together.
Oh, more CGI lips.
Also, yeah, what a great team you are, Justice League, when you needed Superman to come and save you, and that you're nothing without Superman.
Well, no, not only that, like he seems to be the only one doing anything against Steppenwolf.
It really sells the idea that they all work well together and complement each other's abilities, but that they need Superman to come and save them. It's like, oh, so you're not all unique in your way. You're actually all fall well below Superman, and that Superman, by the looks of it, could have handled all of this on his own.
Yeah, it really does look like he could just do it all on his own.
Oh, we're friends. We're friends now because the script said we're friends now, and we have a casual banter of people who have known each other for years, even though we didn't know each other for years. We knew each other for a couple weeks at most.
Yeah. Look, he decided he can hear civilians now after like 2 movies of being told to like block them out and not wanting to hear them.
Yeah, and again, that would have been a great moment for character growth if Superman was like, never again, there's people in need. Never again will I be derelict in my duties. Never again will I let the cries of the innocent not reach my ears because I'm Superman.
Yeah. Oh God.
More Barry running like a knob hobbler. He looks like a guy who's never run before is what he looks like.
I know. It looks like his power was like that he learnt to run. Like he didn't know how to do it before. Also, how does this truck not just disintegrate?
I don't know. It is made of strong and proud Russian steel, mate. That is why.
God fucking damn it! Oh my god.
Yeah. Which again, too, it's like, hey, didn't you guys spend the first two movies telling us that amazing feats like this were impossible, and now you've just started doing amazing feats out of nowhere now, and it doesn't match the other two?
Yeah, you've been saying, no, this is Superman in the real world. He can't do stuff like that. The building would fall apart and all that sort of stuff.
And again, to stress it, no, I didn't like the first two. Yes, I would prefer if this was the status quo, but you just can't change it on a dime and hope people won't notice. That's punishing people for paying attention.
Yeah, and again, it's that thing like the themes. Or people like it when they save the civilians, so we'll just do that now. We'll just put the themes back in because people like that.
Which, again, I'm happy that Superman wants to save people. Again, the greatest compliment about the Justice League movie is at least they didn't murder anybody.
Yeah, or that we know of.
That we know of. I mean, there's a lot that got cut out for all we know. Aquaman, stop choking those hookers. I can't.
No, that'll be Batman, because remember in Batman v Superman how he had that
right.
like random woman in his bed and he was like popping pills and
Bruce, you have to stop choking escorts. It's the only way I can feel.
Oh, Master Bruce, Wayne Manor yards are only so big. I can only bury so many bodies.
Bury them in the crawl space, Alfred.
See, this doesn't make any sense. He's like cracking jokes now, Superman, after being like all sad and shit. He's like laughing and everything.
He turns on a dime with no rhyme or reason. It's not that they're doing it. The problem is that there's no rhyme or reason for it. And Wonder Woman, I work with children. I'm the only mature one. Wah, wah. Oh, my trident. Not nearly as effective as I hoped it would be. Well, you failed to end
now all of a sudden they can like fight him.
Yeah. Steppenwolf, I'm the end of worlds. Well, you didn't end this world the first time, and you're not ending it here the second time. What other worlds have you ended?
Yeah, if you've ended all of those worlds, why are you coming here?
Yeah. Again, what is the importance of Earth besides the fact that all the heroes live here? Combo! Wow, our plan to hit him slightly harder is working. You're afraid now. Why? Because I said you're afraid. Also, if losing makes him afraid, should the parademons not have attacked him the first time he lost?
Yeah.
I guess he was more mad the first time. Now he's upset.
Yeah, they seem to like kill him this time. Or something. I have no idea what happens.
He boom tubes
like, gets
away.
Sucked, boom tubes away, and then he's like, skull hat thing falls on the ground.
Yeah, what a... I'm just gonna throw this out here. Parademons, not great henchmen if there's a possibility they can all turn on you en masse like that.
Yeah, with the smallest amount of fear.
Yeah, what if he just saw a really scary movie? Would they have turned on him the same way?
Yeah.
Hey, I said my thing I said the one thing people know I say. They worked it in, guys. They worked in Cyborg's one thing he does. Because, I don't know if you knew this, Cyborg had only been a member of the team for like 5 years in the comics up until now. He's not even an original League member, and he makes it in before like Hawkman and Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. That shot there, that's composite. None of those actors were there on the same day.
No, you can tell the way they're just not... it's the arms. It's the arms that give it away.
Yeah. When they look at each other, it's all like close-ups. Maybe don't smell the alien flower.
Yeah. They're Russian.
You now have cancer.
The Russian children are hardy and strong. Nothing can hurt them. And that little girl grew up to be Russian Poison Ivy. Hey, look, I paid for your house and everything, because I'm a good friend. We're friends, right? If I keep saying we're friends, will we be friends? Also,
no one's questioning like, hey, this random like hick in this town somehow knows who Bruce Wayne is.
Yeah, what are the odds of that? Also, thank you for forgiving me for playing God and, pulling you away from the afterlife. Thanks for being a good sport about that.
Yeah, and thank you for not killing anymore.
Hey, Dad, I became a CSI temp off screen. Isn't it great how we all finished our character arcs off screen?
He seems to imply that Bruce got him the job. Like he didn't get it on his own merits. Like Bruce just called up and told him to like book him in as like a janitor or something.
He used that Wayne privilege to get this grossly unqualified drifter a job.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do when you're rich in America. You pull strings for your friends.
And also, to everyone's knowledge in the Daily Planet, we don't see obviously Perry White and all that because they had something better to do. But yeah, they believe Clark is dead.
Yes.
Like they still think he's dead.
Yes.
But like at the end of the movie, it seems to imply he goes back to work.
Well, that's okay, Matt. They're never going to make any more of these, so we'll never have to answer that question.
Yeah. And here they seem to be implying that they're going to make Wayne Manor into like the Justice League headquarters.
I can see several problems wrong with that when, Amazons and robots and Atlanteans start coming and going from the Wayne house, which probably has, a lot of paparazzi around anyway.
Yeah. No. Why do you run like that?
Is the suit too heavy? Were you on an elliptical machine when they filmed that? Why are you running weird?
Oh, so weird.
Again, now that's a Joss Whedon-y joke. Characters in the background spilling their guts because the lasso of truth is around them.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still in the movie, guys. Remember?
Again, we see all these like pretty long scenes with the heroes, and then Superman gets undercut.
Also, Lois's article, these heroes, they were here the whole time. No, they really weren't.
No, they weren't. See, it looks like he's going back to work, or is he just like one of those guys looking for a job who just goes into the city and walks around in a suit?
Look, I'm not Clark Kent. I'm his brother, Ronnie Kent. I'm the black sheep of the family. No one ever talked about me. And the world is just fine and back now because Superman has returned. Again, I'm pretty sure, racism, inequality, strife, war are still things. They didn't stop those things by fighting Steppenwolf. Nope, Steppenwolf was to blame for all of that.
No, that all went away. That all just went away, and Superman came back.
So that was Justice League, everybody, and at least it was short.
Yeah, at least we could say we didn't have to suffer through it like Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, I mean, in honesty, though, Batman v Superman is probably worse. That one made me angrier.
Yeah.
That one was more offensive. This one leaves me feeling not much at all, which is also a problem that here you had the most recognizable heroes in the world, and this was the best you could do.
It leaves me frustrated.
Yes.
Because they had all these things in place, and they bungled it on every single aspect.
Yeah. And again, too, they end on like, hey, here's Superman racing the Flash. I'm like, oh, that'd be a better plot for a movie. Could I see that instead?
again, like since we're watching this, watch how he like does like the starter pose for a run. He can't run. Why did they choose an actor who can't run?
You had one job.
That's literally like all the direction he needs. Okay, and the Flash is running. Well, okay, but how do I run?
Well, look, I mean, the Flash solo movie has gone through like 3 directors. Maybe that's why they're having so much problems, because the actor can't run.
Yeah, they keep bringing him in for like test shoots, and they're like, "Oh god damn it!" They get like they go insane trying to figure out why someone who's his age doesn't know how to run, and they just run out of the theater like ripping their hair out.
I quit. I just can't do it.
See, look at his hands. What the fuck?
Who runs with their hands out like that? What the hell? Should we talk about the post-credit scene there with Luthor and Deathstroke for an Injustice League team that will probably never happen?
Oh yeah. They had to like bring back Jesse Eisenberg. The perfect person to play Lex Luthor.
Also, we still have Joe D'Amelia under contract, and I guess we had to put him in here somewhere. We might not be able to put him in that Batman movie because we don't fucking know what's going on there.
Yeah, so we'll just put him in here and say that was his contract.
There you go. We put you in one. We spent a bunch of money to make you a costume, apparently, so I guess we have to use it at some point.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But hey, Shazam looks good, huh?
Yeah, and I think that's the one that's like not even really connected to like these movies at all.
No, it is. It'll be
because
really...
it's made by a different like studio, isn't it?
It is. I'll be really interested to see how Aquaman turns out, because Aquaman is next. We've seen no trailers. We haven't seen a lot on it, because it's like, fuck, if Justice League underperforms, how do you expect Aquaman, probably the most problematic of these heroes, for people, or general audiences, to try and take seriously? How do you think that one's gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And then a Flash movie, if you ever end up doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, hey, we're ending on another bad cover of Come Together. Really? You're doing a cover of Come Together and you don't use the Joe Cocker version, probably one of the greatest covers of all time? It's sitting right there and you use another cover. I will say, though, the music video that goes along to this song is probably the best way to view the Justice League movie. It's only about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's all the best hero shots.
Yeah, it's they just took all three of the hero shots in the film, and
that's probably the best way to see it. Just go watch that and be like, man, that was pretty good. So yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching this commentary track. As always, if you're a patron, you'll get to listen to it first over on the Patreon page. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. For everyone else, this will be going up Wednesday when Matt goes away, so get ready for that one when it comes out.
Yeah.
And we promise we'll do Thor Ragnarok at some point, too.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
It will be longer.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So thank you, everyone. I've been Joel.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.